Hey everybody, welcome to your full moon in Gemini, a tarot reading with a little bit of astrology thrown in with me, Stella Wilde. How will these energies impact you? Stay tuned and we will find out. So I will be breaking out this reading by houses. You'll want to watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. If you don't know your rising sign, you can get a free astrology chart at astro.com. And if you're new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you find the content valuable, please do consider also hitting that thumbs up button. It would help out the channel and push the video out to more people here on the YouTubes. And be sure also to watch your general energies tarot reading for December, which has been uploaded to the channel. The full moon in Gemini is happening on Wednesday, December 7th at 11:08 p.m. here, Eastern Time in the United States. Adjust for your time zone accordingly. For some of you, it will be happening on the 8th of December. So what's really interesting about this full moon is that it is exactly conjunct Mars retrograde. I mean, almost the second. And you know, that's rather intense energy. Mars conjunct the moon just in general can be feeling emotionally triggered. We know full moons can be a sensitive time. We know that they can bring things to light, and Mars retrograde could be bringing a situation from the past to light, like a repeat cycle, right? Because moon energy is often about cycles. There could be a repeat situation coming back from the past. We're going to look at it, how this might affect you, depending on what house we're looking at for you. All right. So that's why I watch for your rising sign first. But because full moons can also bring release and endings, there could also be the ending of some sort of cycle that's been on rinse and repeat. All right. There may be some sort of adjustment you make to a situation like that it has constantly resurfaced every now and again. And maybe you find the solution to fix an issue. Maybe you've just had it and you're like, I'm out of here, or whatever it might be. Neptune is in a wide square. Neptune's at 22 degrees. The full moon and Mars retrograde are conjunct at 16 degrees Gemini. So Neptune at 22 Pisces. So it's a wide square, but still it's countable. It's countable for sure. So there could be some illusions, delusions, fantasies, etc., that come to the light of day, that we see some sort of, trickery, deception come to light, and it could make us a little annoyed. Let's just say, right? It's conjunct, moon conjunct Mars. It could make us a little annoyed. It could make us feel triggered. But Mars is the warrior energy. So ultimately, whatever information comes out, it may in fact help set us free in some very positive emotional way. So, you know me, if you've been watching the channel, I always try to look at things from a more optimistic and positive perspective. That's because I have a strong Jupiter in my chart. Okay, but sometimes the energy is what it is. It's, it's not always sunshine and roses every day. We know this. All right. So my biggest advice I would give to everybody, no matter what your sign is really think before you speak. This is classic open mouth, insert foot type energy. Classic. All right. So just be very cognizant, especially because Mercury is still in Sagittarius. And, Mercury in Sag is definitely a truth teller and can blurt things out, So there could be some of that energy going on. And as I said, full moons are already a sensitive time. So don't add fuel to a fire, as Mars and Aries often do. Okay, so just take a deep breath, step back, and try not to trigger anyone. Try not to let yourself be triggered. Try to just stay as zen as you possibly can. But also be alert to some information that could get revealed that could help save you from a situation of deception or trickery. That's another possibility with this. Something could come to light that you can take action on. But with Mars retrograde, there is this flavor of something, I think, from the past kind of resurfacing. So just to kind of keep all of this in the back of your mind, a lot depends very much on your individual chart where this energy is happening. So, just keep all of that in mind. All right, let's get into the tarot reading and see what might help you in navigating these energies. All right, Aries, let's see. Aries rising and sun. Let's see what we got going on for you at the full moon in Gemini, which is in your third house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, your communications house. It's also the house of siblings and your daily environment. So being that this is happening in your house of communications, you absolutely need to be very mindful of this tendency to just blurt things out before you really stop and think about them. Neptune has also just gone direct on December 3rd in your 12th house of the subconscious. So at this full moon, there could be some triggers of things, who knows, that come bubbling up from your subconscious, from below decks, so to speak. And next thing you know, you're blurting something out that you really didn't mean to. That it wasn't a fully formed thought. It wasn't like if you stopped and you thought about it, you'd probably not say it. Okay, but that can happen with these triggering energies, and Neptune is squaring this full moon, and your Mars, retrograde Mars, conjunct this full moon. So if you get under pressure in some way, there could be something you just blurt out because it's been on your mind subconsciously. All right, so just be very, very mindful of that energy. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this for you, Aries. Oh, classic. We have the Five of Swords with Mother Hell and the girl crying in the corner. And we have Judgment. And here you are. Okay. You have got to make the right decision for yourself with this situation, but I would say not add fuel to the fire. All right, there is the possibility of some sort of triggering argument with, again, a possibility. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. These are always energetic possibilities, and I always say use the energies, don't let them use you. So with the Five of Swords popping out, we're like, okay, wait a minute. I really better pay attention to this because I don't want to end up crying in a corner, and I really don't want to do that to somebody else either. So there's something here with this, making this discerning judgment call that this may not be the best time, obviously, to have some sort of heavy conversation. And look at her face. I mean, in this deck, she looks like a little pissed off, doesn't she? She looks like, just like, what are you doing? That's what she looks like to me anyway. So, and with your energy popping out here, you may in fact be very fired up about some sort of situation going on. So I would say, can you use your better judgment here with this Judgment card and rein in your fire a little bit? I will say this, if you have been looking, sometimes this happens, if you have been looking for a reason to exit something in your life, you'll get the reason, I think, at this full moon. You know what I'm saying? Aries does not like to be the bad guy. You will be the bad guy if you have to. You can take care of business, but you don't like to do that. Aries likes people to like them. It's very interesting, but you can definitely take up the sword in your own defense if need be. Absolutely. So there could be a situation. We got a Judgment here, so there could be some sort of karmic situation in the works with a relationship, a job, a place where you're living. Whatever, where something gets like a little powder keg. Something does get triggered. And it gives you the reason, I don't want to say the excuse, but it gives you the reason to say, I'm out of here. So that's possible for some of you. If that is the case, again, I would say do not go into full Five of Swords mode here because that could end up being very hurtful. Just exit gracefully. All right. This is just use your discernment and judgment to wrap up a situation if that is the case for you. this is not a time to burn a bridge. This may be a time, yes, to exit something if that is appropriate for your life. Ultimately, you know, you're going to be the one that walks here, I think. You're the one in charge of this because you showed up last year. You're in charge of this decision. So very interesting energies. I would say also, if there is a situation you're going to walk away from, don't leave the door open. You don't want to have a sword kind of hanging over your head about this person contacting you again, or these people, asking you to do certain job duties when you left the job already, like something like that. Like no, if it's done, it's going to be done for you. And you may have been thinking about this for a while, ever since Mars went retrograde at the end of October. All right. So this is just like this big kind of like almost like a point of no return type energy. Now, Mars is still going to be retrograde till January 12th. But I feel like because it's conjunct this full moon, this could be some sort of emotional tipping point for you with this decision, with this energy. There is something discordant in your world. There's something that's not aligned mentally for you. Your head is not in it. Your heart also may not be in it. That's possible. And it's been causing stress. I mean, I call this my daytime anxiety card. It's been causing you stress. You may have even been crying in the corner about it. Of course, nobody would ever know. You hide that very well. You're going to be very upset about something going on. So it's really coming to this judgment point here, the judgment call point for you. So let's see how this turns out for you. All right. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on for you. You have a full moon in your house of show me the money and values and self-esteem. Conjunct this Mars retrograde. So you could be really emotionally fired up about your money. You could be emotionally fired up about how somebody's treating you or not treating you, So let's see what we got going on here. Taurus. Oh, we have the Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay. And we have the Hangman. And we have your energy. Wow. Isn't this interesting? So you are tired of waiting around. It's just like, even Taurus energy, which, saint level patience with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, y'all have you hang in there, you persevere, saint level patience. Even you have had it. You have reached that moment of, is this ever going to shift? Come on. Now, we have the Pisces energy showing up here, which is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, and also gains. Neptune has gone direct in that house as of December 3rd. Neptune is squaring, as we know, this energy with the moon, etc. So you want a result. You're like, hello, what's going on financially? So there's some sort of financial result, a gain, right? Because it's connected with the Neptune, that you want to have happen. And by golly, oh, by gosh, by golly, it's time for mistletoe and holly, but it's also time for Taurus to take up the sword and get this situation done. All right, so you may be making that important phone call. Because look, your energy is showing up here. You're going to make this happen. You may be signing on the dotted line. You also may be saying, I've had enough. I release this thing, I'm done. Maybe I just release it, surrender it to the universe. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of being caught in this, suspended animation of this situation. Also, there could be some news coming in that releases you from this suspended animation of this situation regarding your finances. I think it should be favorable because you're ending up here as the last energy. So I feel like the wait is over with some sort of important, very important information about a contract, a money offer, money paperwork, whatever that means for you in your life, some sort of money situation you have been trying to get underway. Now, also, what I feel with this energy is that you are taking action You're making the phone call, or you're signing the thing, or whatever. You're the one in charge of this, and that is also enhancing your own sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Because you are not that you were giving your power away. You were not, but you were patiently waiting. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to do that. I mean, we just have to. But I just am feeling like there's something here about enough is enough in terms of the waiting. And you're taking it into your own hands and that's going to make you feel good. You're like, I'm going to get this done. All right. So that I think is very affirming of your self-worth. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to make this phone call. This is like, no more shenanigans. So you're going to be a very strong advocate on your own behalf with some sort of financial situation. And I think from these energies, you could have a very positive result. So something that has been held up in limbo, especially with the Mars retrograde, maybe since October 30th when Mars did go retrograde, there will be a shift in that energy. Now, will every single thing get done and dusted at this full moon? Maybe not, because Mars is still retrograde till January 12th. But the important thing is, whatever's been held up here, you're getting the ball rolling and you're taking it on yourself. You got that sword in your hand, and everybody better watch out. You got this, Taurus. All right, Gemini. So, wow, this is happening in your sign, this big full moon. We get one full moon and one new moon a year. So this is a pivotal energy to pay attention to, especially because Mars is conjunct this full moon and retrograde. All right. So, and it's in your first house of the self, your physical body, how other people see you, important goals you're going after, that type of thing. It is squaring that Neptune in Pisces, which is your 10th house of career. And Neptune has just gone direct. So it is possible, just astrologically speaking, it is possible that something that's been held up career-wise could perhaps start getting going for you in some way at this full moon. It's possible. I would also say, though, because Mars rules our vitality, our energy levels, and because this is in your first house of the body and it's conjunct this full moon, please listen to your body, please. Get the rest you need. I know sometimes I don't usually sleep that great at full moons. I don't know why. I just don't. But do the best you can to get more rest over this full moon period. I'm filming this December 3rd. I think I'm already feeling these full moon energies. So give yourself a wide berth on either side of these energies on the 7th, 5th through, I would say, the 9th at least. Really try to make sure you get extra rest. Lay low if you need to, etc. Just really take care of yourself in the proper ways. You know what that is. Okay, so let's see what we need to know. There is a possibility that some sort of situation that has been ongoing for you, a chronic ongoing thing, it is possible it flares up a little bit. Again, I think just you need rest. That's what you really need right now, more than anything. Just some downtime. All right, so be mindful of that if there's something going on for you. All right, so we have a 7 of Pentacles. And we have the Empress. And we have, this is like exactly what I was saying, 5 of Wands. Okay. So, yes, the world seemingly cannot wait. The 5 of Wands. This is the spin in your wheels energy. This is everybody is like out there and needs you to organize them. You may have a lot going on in your household, like lots of people or animals to organize. I'm thinking of my Gemini sister with her 5 dogs. This is the 5 of Wands here. So there's lots of things to organize, projects to organize. There's just lots of stuff pulling at your shirt sleeves. Like, do this, Gemini, please help us with this. Meanwhile, the 7 of Coins and this Empress is saying, please take care of yourself. Please nurture yourself. Be a good mothering energy to yourself, a nurturing energy to yourself. Seven of Coins. Tend to your own garden right now. You need a timeout. This is a timeout card. This is a timeout card also. You need a nurturing timeout. And look, we got the 7 here, which is, the day of the full moon. So try to get somebody else maybe to do this stuff, the 5 of Wands. Tell these people, who's ever, demanding from you, tell these people, yo, I need a moment here, like, tend to yourselves or whatever. Because also the 5 of Wands for me is a spinning your wheels energy. So I think because you do need some rest and downtime and self-love and nurturing time, you're probably not up to 100% energy levels anyway. So you may not be that effective anyway with whatever these different things are. It may just, you may not even get certain things done that you really are wanting to get done because you're just too tired. So this is very important message for you, Gemini. All right. I know life is very stressful sometimes. I know. Okay. But in whatever way you can, heed this advice. Even if you can only, just take the night of the full moon, and when you get home from work, you shut off your phone, you fix yourself a nice bowl of soup or something, a healthy soup, you relax, you watch a funny movie, something that lifts your spirits, you go to bed early. Okay, you get my point. Even if you can only do that for yourself because of time constraints or whatever, you do that for yourself. All right, so please, there's nothing bad here, but this is just saying to me, absolutely, like, take the time you need. All right, Cancer. So this full moon is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, things hidden behind the scenes. Conjunct Mars is very interesting energy. So there could just be some things bubbling up from beneath the surface. Your dream life could be incredibly, incredibly active at this full moon. Maybe more so than usual. Neptune has just gone direct in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. Mars rules your 10th house of career. So what all of this is kind of speaking to for me is you may have some very interesting dreams or kind of psychic downloads about some changes you want to make to your career that will affect the big picture perspective of your life. All right. So it may not be the time to act on them yet, but this is just bubbling up from beneath the surface to your awareness. There's a lot of, I feel like, creative, imaginative type energy that's going to get generated, come to light with this full moon for you. Some of it may be surprising. You may surprise yourself with some of these revelations that you have. And I would strongly encourage you to write down your dreams over the next week. I'm filming this December 3rd. I would say, from the 4th all the way through to the 10th, write your dreams down and see what the energies, the motifs, the symbols suggest to you. You may be very surprised. All right, so let's see what we got going on with this energy. Cancer. All right. Whoa, wow. Page of Swords. Information. 6 of Swords. 7 of Pentacles again. And I shuffled. Gemini just got this. All right. So there is some information that's going to come to light. Look at this beautiful 6 of Swords here. So maybe on the 6th of December, the overnight between the 6th and the 7th, we got the 7 here. There could be some very interesting dream intel that helps you solve a problem. That's what I'm feeling. Something about a problem, because the 6 of Swords is about, moving on from troubled waters, that type of thing. So something that's going to help you solve a problem. And it's probably related to your finances, some sort of project that maybe has gone to a certain point, but then it just sort of stopped. Like maybe it was a product you were selling or a service or like something. It didn't continue to generate sales, or It just kind of fell flat. I mean, it did do something here. We have a 7 of Pentacles. I mean, that's good. It grew, but now you're kind of like, okay, well, what do I do with this now? Do I keep investing in this situation? Do I try something else? Like, what do I do here? Because this is a very practical reevaluation energy, the 7 of Pentacles. So that's what I'm saying. I think you're going to find the solution to what do I do with this over here? And it's going to come through the dream landscape. So this is very interesting. This also could be, just getting this little vibe here. This is Capricorn for you, the 7 of Pentacles. It's your 7th house, Capricorn, and it's earth energy. So this could also be something about a relationship, business or personal, where there's been an investment of energy. All right, now what? And there may not necessarily be a problem with it. It could be, yeah, am I going to continue to invest in this as much as I have done? Maybe, maybe not, right? I mean, apply the energies to your life. But it could be something also involving a Capricorn or some sort of important relationship that has grown to a certain level. So you could be really reevaluating, like, you know, it's a classic thing at the holidays that there are lots of engagements. We know this. I mean, that's, you know, we see the ads on TV all the time for bling. So we know. So maybe you're thinking about that. You know, would I say yes? I don't know. Would you? It's possible. But I'm just feeling it's like some sort of information to solve a problem about whether you should continue to invest or not in a certain course of action. Maybe connected to career, like I said before, and also could be connected to a relationship. You got to just, you know, figure out which one of those things applies to you. But you got to get the solution. You got to get the answer. So it's very positive. All right, Leo. So this full moon is happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams and gains. We also have Neptune, which has just gone direct in your 8th house of other people's money, personal transformation, sex, death, taxes, intimacy, those types of things. So, and remember, Neptune is squaring this this full moon. So there could be something coming to light with some sort of business deal. Like, is this gonna go or not? There could be something coming to light about a friendship also, because 11th house rules that for you. So let's see. Let me pull some tarot. Let's see what we got. All right, Leos. Maybe involving an Aries. You got that going on. Aries Emperor. Oh, more fire. Knight of Wands. And what is this? What is this, Leo? And a 3 of Swords. Okay. Well, like I said in my intro, everything's not always sunshine and roses. Okay. I would just say temper your expectations. Somebody may disappoint you. Somebody that maybe you counted on, a friend. Could be an Aries because we got the Emperor, but doesn't have to be. Somebody that you counted on, you may see, like, maybe you really are going to need them at this full moon for whatever reason. Maybe you need their advice. You need their time. You need their attention. You need them to be present in your life. And they let you down. 3 of Swords. Now, I don't think they are mean to you. I just think there's something here where they're too busy, because it's double fire. They're too busy with their own shenanigans, their own things they're doing. And I don't think they're going to be there for you. And that's going to hurt you. All right? That's one possibility with these energies. And this is probably a chronic pattern, because remember I said in my intro to this video that the moon, because it rules cycles, and because Mars is retrograde, this could be a repeated cycle. Like, you try to count on this person and they just flake all the time. So that's what I'm feeling with these particular energies. And you got to remember, it's a general reading. So you could just be tired and a little upset about that repeated cycle, and enough is enough. All right, that's very, very possible. This also may be some sort of authority figure or boss energy in your life, because the Emperor showing up, that does the same thing. So it may not necessarily be a friend. It could be a situation at work where, once again, shenanigans get pulled and you really have had it. Knight of Wands is interesting. Yes, it's fire. You're fire. So it also could be that whatever goes on here is really the catalyst. It lights a fire under your shapely butt. Okay. It lights a fire under you to say enough is enough. All right. Because maybe you just have been, dealing with this as best you can. And maybe sometimes they are there for you. And then sometimes they're not. So there could be some inconsistency going on there. But I think you're really going to see what somebody's true intentions are toward you with this Three of Swords. And the Emperor can sometimes be a selfish energy. So you're probably you could be dealing with a narcissist. You could be dealing with just somebody extremely self-centered. That's not always a narcissist, but I'm just feeling this sense of disappointment here very strongly. And that's the thing too. Like, I feel like you've shown up for them, but where are they for you? So that's going to be very interesting energies to see if that comes to light. I don't think there'll be a fight or anything. I think you'll just hold your head high and walk on. But it'll light that, like I said, it'll light that fire under you to not put up with the shenanigans anymore. Okay, because, yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself. So you already know what I'm saying here. Yeah, that's what I feel. Okay, it is a general reading, so just apply the energies to your life if they fit your situation. Virgos, big full moon happening in your 10th house of career, conjunct Mars retrograde. Wow, interesting energies. Neptune in your 7th house of partnerships, both business and personal. So squaring that energy. So let's see. Let's pull from the tarot and see what we got here. But something coming to light about your career energies. Now, the 10th house also rules your status. So like I often explain on the channel, your status update. Am I in a relationship? Am I not in a relationship? Am I married, divorced, single, widowed, this, that, the other thing, etc. And because Neptune has gone direct in your 7th house of relationships and it's squaring the moon, there may be some revelation about where do you stand with somebody in your life that's important to you. Okay, so let's see. Virgos. So we have the World. Okay. Oh, why do we have a 5 of Swords? Oh, but we have an 8 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. This is what I feel. I'm feeling this is probably something to do with your career. There is some information coming to light that is going to ease your anxiety. I think that you're perhaps worrying about something unnecessarily with the 5 of Swords here, because we have great energies. We have the World and we have your energy, the 8 of Pentacles. I think you've been worried about finding a solution to some sort of career situation, career matter. You're going to get the information. You're going to know exactly who's the person who can help you build whatever it is you're trying to build with this 8 of Pentacles. So Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio energy could be important for you as well. There could be somebody born under one of those signs who may be of assistance. There is something hot. There could be a very beautiful success happening, news of a success at this full moon. It is very possible, especially with this World, and especially if you've been working on something since your birthday, end of August, September time period. And you've been kind of worried. I haven't heard yet what's going on. I don't know. Virgo. Okay. But I don't think there's anything here to feel anxious about. And I think you're going to see that at that full moon. So I think there could be some very, very good news. And I think whatever this good news is going to inspire you to get back to the drawing board. There may be some tweaks you need to do to the plan. That's only normal in whatever it is you're trying to do with your career, because you go back to the drawing board and refocus with this 8 of coins. But this is good. I think you should be on the receiving end of some good news that is going to allay any anxiety that you have felt about it. And I think that somebody really does think the world of you, the world card, in your world, with this 8 of Pentacles. And you could also be on the receiving end of some very lovely testimonial or kudos or something like that, where you just feel very re-inspired to continue whatever it is you're doing. Like somebody could really recognize your efforts and the positive change that you have made in their life. And I'm not talking just about career, in whatever aspect you are in their world. So I just feel like you could be on the top of the world with this energy here, Virgo. I feel like there's something here where all the good works you've been doing are going to karmically kind of come back to you at this full moon. It's very, very possible. But as I said, I think it's going to re-inspire you to get back to focusing in on whatever this is that you want to create in your world. And, the Mars retrograde could give you some inspired ways to tweak something, right? To redirect your focus, your laser focus, and tweak it. So I think this is very, very positive for you. Libra, wow, full moon happening in your 9th house at the big picture perspective of your life, the direction you are headed in. And Mars retrograde conjunct this full moon. Interesting. Mars rules your 7th house of relationships. So you could be really rethinking a relationship that's important to you. All right, now whether business or personal. So there's some sort of perhaps rethink, renegotiation, figuring out, is this situation going to fit into my life going forward? Because we have Neptune squaring that full moon, there could be something that comes out about a personal relationship, and that does make you question whether or not you want to continue with that individual. Again, whatever way they are in your life. Doesn't have to be romantic, could be in some other way. All right, so let's see what we have going on. Libras with this energy. We have the 8 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this 5 of Swords has been haunting the readings today. Okay. I think you're going to be exploring your options. I think there's going to be something coming to light that you're going to say, there's got to be something better out there for me with whatever this situation is. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic, all right? I just really want to emphasize that. 5 of Swords here is my daytime anxiety. What you want is this 10 of Pentacles. You want something stable and secure that you can count on. You want something based. You want something grounded, right? I love that word based. You want it based. Based in reality. You want it based in prosperity. You want the connection to flourish. You want, sincerity, somebody or something you can count on. So 8 of Wands, you could really get a fire lit under you. This is Leo energy. You could really get a fire lit under your little bum to say to yourself, I got to come up with a plan. I think not having a plan on this is what's causing the anxiety. All right. Maybe not having taken action on it up to this point. And that's okay. Maybe this is just going to be the awareness that, I've got to start finding ways that I can change the situation. This is like lots of irons in the fire. Let's go out and find solutions. Let's try different things. All right. And the 5 of Swords is daytime anxiety and somebody crying in the corner. I think the situation's been stressing you out, is what I am feeling. It could involve money, sure, but The ninth house is, like I said, the big picture perspective of your life, where you're going. This is one way. I try to do shorthand with some of these. If I had to explain all the houses every time, the video would be like 8 hours long. So, you want some sort of stable direction in your life. And this full moon could really be showing you what's legit and what is not, especially with a relationship. So it is possible, I'm just going to say this, it is possible that there is some sort of tense energy going on. I said this to one of the other signs, I believe. It really is possible here with this Eight of Wands, Five of Swords, that your frustration causes you to pick a fight or to just kind of storm out. This Eight of Wands is very like, my way or the highway, I'm out. It's fast moving, like, get me out of here. So there could be something where you're just like, I gotta get out of here. Like, I can't deal with this. Like, So there could be words. This Five of Swords. I hope there are not words, because that's, not necessary. Knowledge is power. You don't have to resort to a Five of Swords moment. So don't let that anxiety and frustration snowball into drama. It doesn't have to. But I think the lack of this Ten of Pentacles with this scenario is what's causing this. So explore your options. That's really what this Eight of Wands is saying to me. Explore your options, but don't pick a fight with somebody. And depending on your personal situation, do you have to tell somebody you're exploring options? I mean, maybe you do if you're in a romantic relationship, sure. But I mean, if it's a work situation and you're just feeling very frustrated because they're not paying you enough and you want greater financial stability, you don't have to tell them, oh, by the way, I'm interviewing at all these different companies. No, you don't have to say that, of course. All right, so there's something coming to light here that action's going to have to be taken soon to alleviate this anxiety over this situation. All right, please go watch your December monthly, because we talked in the Libra reading about taking your time making a decision. So that's why I'm kind of also referencing that, because even though we have this Eight of Wands here, so for some of you, yeah, it'll be rapid fire. Others of you, it's more just about, I got to start actually exploring the options. And I kind of discussed that in that monthly. So go check that out. All right, Scorpio. So this full moon conjunct Mars retrograde is happening in your 8th house of sex, death, taxes, transformation, physical, mental, emotional, healing, other people's money, intimacy. So all of these types of deep topics, which you as a Scorpio naturally rule as the 8th house. All right. So what could be coming to light at this full moon? We have Neptune in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, children, taking a risk. It has just gone direct. So whatever comes to light at this square, with the square of Neptune and this moon, I think is going to help you transform perhaps some sort of creative aspect of your life. Could transform your romantic life in some way. I feel in a positive way. I feel you're going to get some information that's going to help you solve a thorny issue, solve, some sort of dilemma, perhaps, that's been going on for you in your 5th house is what I am feeling. But let us see what we need to know. Scorpio. Oh, we have the Wheel of Destiny. Yes, we do. And Jupiter is hovering. This is Jupiter. He's hovering right at the 29th degree of Pisces. He's not quite into Aries yet. He'll be there soon. So he's at that karmic 29th degree. Very interesting. Oh, and a 9 of Swords. And a 6 of Cups. Okay. So I think that this full moon is going to help show you once and for all something important, probably about a personal relationship. a romantic potential. It may also show you what can be healed, what is healing in terms of your emotional life, so that you can call in a beautiful love relationship for yourself. 6 of Cups. Some of you have been very worried that you're not going to have a romantic relationship ever again. And then, to be honest, Scorpio does often go through long periods of being in a romantic desert. I mean, this is just true. But never fear. The Wheel of Destiny is here. And I think you're really going to see that that's not the case. There is a second chance in love. I think I said that in your was it your reading? I've done so many readings. I think that was in your yearly 23 Oracle cards for 2023 reading. So go check that out. I believe there was something about a second chance. Could have been another sign, but I think it was yours. So I think what I am feeling from this energy is the universe is going to show you how much you have healed, right? We're talking about a full moon in your 8th house of healing. Mars is retrograde. So it's going to show you what you have healed. And it may show you, because Mars is retrograde, the tiny things that still need a little tweaking. And the little things, that's all. We're all works in progress. The little things that may still keep you up at night, that you're worried about, that you can release with love and not beat yourself up over it. And I think there's something here of reaffirming your faith in romance, reaffirming your faith in beautiful, divine, cosmic connections. This could also be energy of creativity, sure. 6 of Cups is beautiful energy of doing things with a lot of positive enthusiasm that you enjoyed when you were a kid. So going back to those things as well. Maybe you have been worried you were never going to get a chance to write that novel you always wanted to write. You're never going to get a chance to learn to fly an airplane. Never get a chance to do XYZ. There's second chance energy here for me. There's very strong healing energy. It's Jupiter, the benevolent energy. And because he's at that 29th degree, I think he's wrapping up some sort of worrisome cycle for you that you've been going through. Some of you, depending on your personal situation, are finally letting go of an old love. Now, there could be an old love from this year, an old love from who knows how long ago. Like, you're finally releasing that energy and healing it. And as such, the universe is going to bring in somebody gorgeous for you. I would say that this is likely to happen in about 6 months' time, probably in Taurus season, after May 15th, when Jupiter goes into Taurus, your 7th house of relationships. So this is the last, some of you, this is just the last clear out of mental dregs and dramas that you're healing and letting go of. This is very, very positive. Absolutely. It is possible, I'm just going to say this may be possible for some of you that through astral travel, telepathy, maybe they actually show up at your doorstep. I don't know. There could be somebody from your past who tries to reconnect, either just energetically or they actually show up in front of your face, or they send you a text or an email. I advise not to respond. Do what you want. I never tell people what to do. It's just advice. Don't respond. You're over it. You're done. Move on. All right? Because something better is coming on in. Sagittarius. All right. So you have this big old full moon happening in your 7th house of relationships. So this is interesting because Mars, which rules your 5th house of romance, is retrograde, as we know, conjunct this full moon. What could this mean? Well, it could mean that a romance from your past comes back. It could mean there's some unresolved emotional issues within a romantic partnership that may resurface, but they can be fixed. This is nothing bad. We just don't want any, triggering or open mouth, insert foot like type energy. If you have been dating someone Or if you've been, because 7th house is also business partnerships. If you've been considering getting into business with someone, I mean, literal business, or having some business. You have some business with somebody, Sag. You have some business with somebody, romantic or otherwise. I would say try not to make any big commitments right now with that because Mars is retrograde. So it may not play out the way you think. The link might be very weak. All right. I know a lot of us, we've been thinking about Christine McVie this week. Bless her. You know, she's now gone on the other side. But, you know, at spin class the other day, they were playing that The Chain Will Keep Us Together. I love that song by Fleetwood Mac. The chain to keep you together with somebody, if you've just started seeing somebody, it's a weak link. You got a weak link going on. The chain's not going to keep you together, at least when Mars is retrograde. Things could change when he goes direct again, but I would be very cautious about making any big plans, commitments, whatever, if you've just recently started dating somebody. Really, if you've been dating anybody since October 30th when Mars went retrograde. Just in general, all right? Now, that doesn't mean it's doomed or it can't work. Just, you know, wait until Mars goes direct January 12th. So just, all right, so that could be going on. Let's pull some tarot. We also have Neptune going direct in your 4th house of home, family, and roots, and what nourishes you and what feeds you. So Neptune, as we know, is squaring the moon. So there could be something also going on with your mother or mother issues. There could be something that gets brought up from the past. Maybe there's an emotional trigger. Some of you, maybe your mom's passed on. There could be something that you do or somebody else does that reminds you of her. It could be triggering. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a pleasant memory. I mean, that's possible too. But there could be that going on. You may see how you maybe have some emotional patterns left over from your mother at this full moon, whether for good or ill. I mean, this is a general reading. So there could be something like that going on also. Some of you, there may be something going on with some sort of emotionally tense situation with your mother. It could be something like that. Let's see. Don't let your mother trigger you. Or any issues you have about being a mother or mothering in general. Anything like that. All right, let's see what we got. Eight of Wands. And here's the moon. So we got some fiery Leo energy. The moon. And the Two of Swords. Okay. So this says to me there's some sort of stalemate. There's an emotional stalemate going on. I may have to shuffle and pull another card, but Two of Swords can also be, I don't want to look at something. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. My heart is blocked. I'm not dealing with it. But there's pressure here. This Eight of Wands is pressure. This is lots of things maybe coming at you. Lots of emotional, again, I'm just feeling there could be an emotional trigger. And it could be a little like poking at you because it's the Eight of Wands here and it is fiery. And you're just like, talk to the hand. I don't want to know. You don't have to make a decision at this full moon. Of course not. Maybe you need to tell somebody else to cool their jets. It's possible. There could be somebody who's kind of really pressurizing you into making a decision. You may need to say to them, yo, back it up, dude. I am not ready to make this decision yet. Or it's also possible that there is a decision, because I'm looking at this Two of Swords, that is emotionally charged. Looking at this energy, it's emotionally charged. And it's very difficult for you to look at it. All right, let's pull another card. We got to reshuffle and pull another card. All right, let's see what we got. The Two of Swords is inconclusive. It's just like, you know. All right, what do we need to know about this Two of Swords for Saggies? Oh, okay. To get the Pluto. There is something where you know that whatever decision that you're going to be making is, I don't like to be over dramatic, but it's going to be a big transformation in your life. All right, so it's gonna have consequences. There's gonna be a transformation as a result of whatever comes to light and whatever decision you will have to make. There's a decision about letting go here with this death. Now, there's a decision probably about letting go of old habits. Like we were talking about triggers before, especially because Neptune squaring the moon. So seeing where you have transformed and you're not like your mother. You're not like, you know what I'm saying with this death card here. So death does not mean a literal death. It's a transformation energy. It's the 8th house. It's, but I feel like there's energy here of something that is emotionally coming to a head, and it's gotta change. Like, it cannot continue like this. You can't keep feeling pressurized with the 8 of Wands. You can't keep feeling moody and upset, the moon. Like, that's not good for anybody. You can't keep feeling like emotionally cut off and mentally cut off from your own self because you don't want to deal with something. So, I mean, here we go. Here's Pluto. So just be gentle with yourself. Take the time you need with this. But there is something that has to be addressed. Probably like with a relationship situation, because the full moon is in that 7th house. So it can't continue the way it's been continuing. There has to be a positive change. And also, I think the other thing too is you got to open your eyes to the positive change. I think there could be a positive solution, but maybe you're just too tired or too nervous or too overwhelmed to see that because of this pressure energy. I'm just feeling this very much, this 8 of Wands, as pressure. And it's very hard to think straight under pressure, as we know. So, all right, there could be a very positive solution on the horizon to change the situation for the better once and for all also. But there is this energy of release, absolutely, at this full moon for you. Okay? But I don't want you to panic or be like, oh my God, this is just a tarot reading on YouTube. All right, this is, always use the energies, apply them to your life, and take your time with this and just be gentle with yourself. I mean, this full moon is no joke. I mean, like I said, it's not always sunshine and roses. I try to look at things very positively, but we do have Mars retrograde conjunct this powerful full moon squaring Neptune. This is a reality that has to be faced so that you can get on the other side of this situation. And that 2 of Swords is telling me you haven't been facing it. All right, so face it, free it, move on, heal it. Capricorn, we have a full moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. We have Neptune going direct in your 3rd house of communications. Let's see. We have Mars retrograde conjunct the moon, and Mars retrograde rules your 4th house of home, family, roots. What nourishes you and what feeds you. So this is a very interesting conglomeration of energies. Let's see. Capricorn, what do you need to know? We have the 3 of Wands. Okay. Ooh, and the Strength, the Leo energy. Ooh, and an Ace of Pentacles. I'm liking this. All right. Capricorn, we have the 3 of Wands, which is Aries energy for me. We're talking about Mars, which is the ruler of Aries. 3 of Wands, seeing a ship come on the horizon. Strength card, Leo energy, your 8th house of personal transformation, and a gorgeous Ace of Pentacles, which for me is your energy. So I think there is a very likely chance of some sort of positive communication coming in, positive vision, positive offer. this is the sense of moving in the right direction. You have been tweaking and changing something up with yourself, with your energy, but also vis-a-vis the 6th house, your work, your well-being. You have been making some transformative changes with the Strength card. You have been going from strength to strength, in other words. Okay, like you have, I mean, that's what you do. So as a Capricorn, you go one step at a time from strength to strength up the mountain. You get stronger as you go. Look, we have 2 ships, a ship here and a ship here. Is it a ship or an iceberg? Oh, maybe it's a crystal. Looked like a big ship to me. Let's just run with the ship. Let's just say it's a ship. Okay, we have 2 gorgeous ships here. I think a ship is coming in for you. I think you're going to be getting affirmation of this very strongly, very, very strongly at this full moon. Whatever you have tweaked and changed in your approach, which also could be you just changed your heart about something with the Strength card. Your approach, you changed your emotional attitude toward it. That's going to start calling in the energy of the manifestation. Now, the manifestation may not happen until December 20th, when Jupiter goes into Aries, that 4th house. We have this big ace here. And also we will have Venus in Capricorn at that time, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And also Mercury will still be in your sign. We're going to have a big, big Capricorn stellium toward the 3rd week of of December. And we have the 3 here. So I think there is a vision that comes in at this full moon, this affirmation of how you are making strong, positive changes in your work life and also in taking care of your physical body. That's also the Strength card. And as a result, I think with this coin, this beautiful Ace of Coins, that big old seed you're going to plant at the solstice, or maybe even with your beautiful Capricorn new moon that's coming up on the 23rd. So there's some message coming in affirming your self-worth, affirming some sort of, perhaps new career direction you're going to be going in. Maybe there's a new job offer. That's possible with this Ace of Pentacles. I'm just not feeling, though, necessarily it's coming at the full moon. I mean, the offer's coming at the full moon. I feel it's more like, this to me is more the job interview comes at the full moon. And then you impress them with all your beautiful strengths and talents and abilities. And then you get the offer maybe right around the solstice. That's what I feel from this energy. But this is very, very good. You've been tweaking something. Tweaking, not twerking. Okay, you've been tweaking something and it's working. I think you're going to really see evidence that it's working for you. And it's going to lead to a very nice opportunity. Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, children, the house of the entrepreneur, pleasure, hobbies, etc. Mars rules your 3rd house of communications. So you may be revisiting and having spirited conversations about your kids, about creative projects, about your business if you're an entrepreneur. You may be going back to the drawing board with some sort of situation in regards to any of those areas. Neptune has gone direct in your 2nd house of money. So you could be reevaluating whether or not you want to continue to invest in a certain situation involving any of those 5th house areas that I just mentioned. And really trying to figure out and decide for yourself, like, is it worth more investment of time and energy? That's what I really feel. And it'll bring it to light. Neptune squaring that full moon is going to bring that to light, whether emotionally you want to keep, like I said, investing in this particular situation. So let's see what we have going on. If it's a romantic situation, it's like, does this person make me feel valued and loved and feel good? Do you have differences of opinions about finances? That also, especially in a romantic situation, could be coming to light. So Let's see. Let's see what we have. We have your energy, Queen of Swords. And we have the Page of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Oh, and we have a Queen of Wands. All right. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is the Mars third house energy. There's a conversation. I'm going to have to pull some more cards. We have a Page of Swords in the middle. So you really may be wanting to know for sure about, I don't feel your investment, but somebody else's emotional investment in a relationship. That's what I'm feeling with these energies. Because we got a Queen coming out. So I'm going to read this as another person. They don't have to be a fire sign, but this is a passionate energy. This is like, are they really on the same page as me? Do they want this as badly as I do? This connection. Could be a friendship, fifth house. You know what I'm saying. All right. Because look at this. It's like you have a sword here, and then we also have a sword going on over here. And both of these swords are pointed at this Queen of Wands. She don't even have a wand out. She's just there with her sullen face, like. So, I think, remember, it's always about using energy. You may be kind of at your last nerve with this situation, and you may be poking at this other person, trying to get them to talk about their feelings, trying to get them somehow to let you know what the heck is going on. But I would say, have you been honest with them and let them know what's going on with you? I'm feeling this being on the offense here with this person. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Now, some of you, if it's not with a person, some of you may need to be on the offense with yourself, with your own creative energy. Either you're in or you're out. You're in the creative project and you're going to go back to the drawing board, tweak a few things and make it work. Or you're going to be like, you know what? This is not working. So there's something here where you may have to really get brutally honest with yourself about the stakes of some sort of creative situation. All right. So, but I want to focus in on if this is a person. Let's reshuffle. Aquarius. Remember, this is very triggering, dicey energy here at this full moon. Knowledge is power. Watch, open mouth, insert foot. You don't want to be doing that. And I don't like this feels aggressive to me. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. This is what it feels like to me. But it could just be, it's aggression because you're emotionally frustrated. It could be that. But that, again, is not the best energy to be operating from. So, let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, I got to pull another one. I'm going to reshuffle. We got a Two of Swords. Let me put that next to the Queen of Wands. Let's do it again. Again, there's a decision that needs to be made. There's a stalemate. Two of Swords. You're not budging. They're not budging. Let's see what's going on. The frustration level is there. We got a Pluto. All right, so Pluto, the Death card is about transformation. It doesn't mean anybody's crossing over to the other side. It doesn't mean that, all right? So nobody have a panic attack or anything like that. But this is something's got to give. That's, like this is a stalemate situation, this Two of Swords. It is an emotional stalemate. You're both on either side of this Page of Swords, and you're both with your heels digged in. That was good English. Dug in, where you're like, stalemate. What's going to break the stalemate? Something's got to give. What do you need to come to terms with? This is your reading. This is not about the Queen of Wands. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, you need to go watch that video. In this video, go watch what I recorded for Sag, because it's very interesting. Okay. But this also speaks to what I was saying before. If this is about a creative project, because we're talking about your fifth house, you've got to either, throw in the towel, or you got to find where you're having the mental resistance to change the thing to make it work. So there's this stubbornness, you know, type energy that can be going on here also. So this is very intense energy. As I've been saying through this whole video, like, really just try to step it back and not get into some sort of, you know, poking, prodding conversation with somebody. It is possible either you or the Queen of Wands. I mean, both of you could just say, you know what, I'm done here for now. I can't continue with this conversation. Doesn't necessarily mean the relationship might be over. But like I said, something's got to give. It cannot continue like this. But it could be over. I mean, that's another possibility here because it's too fraught. There's this, I'm just really feeling like this, like I keep saying, this aggression. Somebody's very stubborn in wanting what they want. It might be you, but it could be the other person. It's, you know, could be both of you. Both of you's got this two swords here. So both of you acting like that. But we got Pluto, we got major arcana, so just be very mindful of these energies, Aquarius. We know full moons bring things to a tipping point, a point of no return. If you are dealing with another person, just think very carefully about if you want to burn a bridge. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. Everybody's situation is different, but we have that major arcana there. So if you burn a bridge, it's likely to stick. Well, that was such a bad mixed metaphor. If you burn a bridge, that bridge is burnt, baby. All right? You know what I'm saying. So just be mindful of all this energy. Pisces. So this full moon is happening in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you. You've just had Neptune, your ruling planet, go direct in your sign. And we know Neptune is squaring this full moon. So I think there's kind of a rethink about what you need for safety and security and stability in your world. So something could be coming to light where you may change. There may be a course correction. You change direction. You rethink something that, some direction you thought you were going to go in that was making you foundationally secure in some way. You may change that up. There could be something coming to light about your home and whether or not you're happy there. If you're happy with the people in the home. There could be something that gets revealed about the water in your home. Plumbing. The toilets. The water heater. The kitchen sink. Okay, so there could be something like that. Let's see what we got going on. I'm just feeling hot water heater for somebody out there. 6 of Swords. And the 5 of Cups. Okay. And the Justice. Wow. All right. So we got the Libra energy showing up here. 5 of Cups. So 6 of Swords. So you may be coming to the realization that you do have to make a decision to move on from some sort of, as I said, a course correction, a foundational situation. Maybe somebody you counted on as family, maybe a literal family member. I mean, this can be making a decision to end a relationship with the Justice here, especially because we have the 6 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So, maybe you've been waiting to make a decision while your ruler was retrograde because you didn't feel totally ready yet. And now that it's going direct, you can't hide your feelings anymore. And here's the Gemini energy, the 6 of Swords. You can't hide your feelings anymore. You know you have to move on. 5 of Cups, you could have been processing through a lot of feelings about it. But you ultimately have to get the balance back in your life. There is something maybe that's out of whack with the situation and the way it has been. Mars rules your second house of money. So there is something here possibly with dealing with a money pit of a home environment. So you may make the painful decision that, disappointing decision, I have to sell my home. I have to put it up for sale. Maybe the sale goes through at the full moon. That's possible too. And you finally are released of this burden if it's been one of those money pit type experiences. Or you've gotten underwater, right? Everything's a metaphor. Underwater in some way with the mortgage or with just you're in over your head, possibly financially with something home related. There could be, something like that. And thus we have the Justice, which is about contracts, sales, legal issues, things of that nature. Please go watch my December reading that I did for all the signs. Your reading did focus a lot on financial stuff and getting out from under some things. So this is interesting here that what's coming out. So they could be related. It's very possible. But there is a solution. I mean, we have the Justice here. There is a solution. The Six of Swords is a very promising energy as well. It's just that at this full moon, there is with this Five of Cups, darn it, why couldn't that have worked out? But there is something karmically to wrap up with this particular scenario. You may not be in the right place for yourself right now. Right? So these energies are supporting perhaps some sort of transition, a letting go, a moving on, to help you land in a much better place that's going to be, more aligned with your energy. So that's possible also with this. So, and the Justice card with the Libra energy, Libra is a lot about finding workable solutions also. So, and I feel like that's very promising with the Six of Swords, but there could be some emotionally tender moment with some sort of realization about, even a family member or somebody you thought of as family that they're not really there for you. That's possible also with this energy. And, that's why we have the emotional disappointment. You've been there for them, but they might not be there for you. And you may be letting go of that relationship. I don't think you're going to be mean. I don't think there's going to be like a big blowout fight or anything. But you're just going to, I like the Justice, I call it do right by yourself. Do justice for yourself by not continuing to engage in that relationship anymore. I mean, even Pisces, the most giving sign of the zodiac, you have a limit. You have a tipping point where enough is enough. So that is possible also. Bringing the balance back to your life with, the relationships you've been investing your time and energy in. And these are close relationships because it's the fourth house. So it's like, again, it can be family or people that you've treated like family. So something going on with that. Just be gentle with yourself with this energy because, the Five of Cups is here. So there could be a tender moment. But there is a solution. There is a solution. Six of Swords. Okay? So find and seek the solution. Whatever information comes to light at this full moon can help you. So thank you so much for joining me for your full moon in Gemini tarot reading. I know these energies are very intense. These readings were really intense. But as I said in my intro, take a deep breath. Stay as zen as you can. And, use the energies always. Don't let them use you. All right. I love you guys. I'm sending you lots of positive energy to make it through this full moon. I know you will. All right. I know you will. Leave me a comment. Let us know what's going on for you with these energies. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing